All right, it's 8:13 now at iFiber One, and on the phone line, 35th District Representative Drew MacEwen. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Jeff.
Nice to talk with you, and understand you got a town hall coming up, so that'll be good for your constituents to get involved. Traditionally, how many listeners in on this do you have, and how many folks ask questions?
Yeah, so this is the teletown hall, so we do it via phone lines and on Monday night. And it's, I've done this every year, and I want to say we've seen as high as probably 500-600.
Wow.
You have some that join and leave or come late, so it fluctuates. But it's generally a few hundred at least.
That's great. That's got to be good, knowing that, one, the constituents are interested in what you're doing, and the fact that they're able to reach out and talk with you. That's got to be pretty nice.
Absolutely, and it's a great way to do it. You can do it from the comfort of your home, and as large and spread out as the 35th district is, this is more conducive to talking with more people than holding one in a physical location where you'll typically have a much smaller turnout.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk a little bit about the budget proposal the House Dems brought out. Talk to me a little bit your thoughts on this. Looks like it could help to fully fund the teachers portion, the pay portion of the McCleary decision. But what do you think of this?
Yeah, so both the House and the Senate released their budgets yesterday, and the Senate is the what we call the lead document this year. So that'll be the working document. But the way the process works is we both chambers will pass a budget out, and then it goes through the reconciliation process, which ends up being the real budget. So I'm disappointed in the House budget. It relies on tax increases. When I first took office, our state budget, I meant to look this up before I came on air. I want to say it was around $34 billion.
Mm-hmm.
We now have a $46 billion budget, and every year that I've been here, the litany has always been, well, we just need a tax to raise $2 to $3 more billion. We always need that tax. Well, we've had growth of nearly $15 billion in the 5.5 years I've been here, and it's just never enough. And to propose now yet another tax scheme, when just since we've left town last year, we have $2.3 billion in additional revenue from the growth of the economy in this state, and also the projections that are coming in from based on the federal tax legislation that was signed into law at the end of the year. It just astounds me that it's never enough, and so that's my first take on it. But one of the key issues in our area is the regionalization pay factor for teachers, and in Kitsap, when the budget was written last year, it was certain areas were given a higher pay based on where they lived or where the districts were and the cost of living there, and so Kitsap fell into that category. Well, this left North Mason with an 18% differential to Kitsap, and that's a hard one to swallow. And so I am pleased in both budgets, both the Senate and the House, that issue is addressed. Although the downside to that is it takes a to-Washington approach. It only applies to school districts west of the Cascades. And and so if you live on the east side of the state, apparently you're not valued as much, and I have a hard time with that. And that's going to be a point of contention in my caucus.
For both in the Senate and in the House, I know you can speak more to the House on this likely, but how much input did the House Democrats talk with the Republicans? I know now with the majority for all three seats are with the governorship, the Senate, and the House, but what kind of interactions did you guys have in helping to craft this?
Very little. That's been one of my beefs since I've first been here, 5.5 years ago, is that you look at the way we do the capital budget and the transportation budget, it's a very collaborative approach. At the end of the day, the majority party still, if there's a point of contention, the majority party is going to get their way. It's math. Mm-hmm. But those budgets are done much more collaboratively, and on the operating side, unfortunately, it's not, and it's something that I continue to work at, and it's tough being in the minority because that voice doesn't get heard. And so what we typically do, we're going to vote this out of Appropriations Committee tonight. It's going to be a long night. we'll try to get in some things into the budget tonight that we know the other side will accept, and try to make things a little bit better. But we'll save the bulk of our political debate for the floor when the budget comes to a vote at the end of the week. And that's just been the process down here, and it's one of these things where it's been ingrained in this institution, and I disagree with it. Again, if you're in the majority, I get it. You got the votes, and but I think we could have a much better process if we did work collaboratively throughout the process.
35th District Representative Drew MacEwen on the phone here, and again, your teletown hall is coming up Monday. Monday
night, yep, 6 o'clock, and folks will get a call. They can also look at. I don't have the phone number handy here, but they can also look at the my website, which is leg.wa.gov, and then you can look me up on there either by district number or by my name. And the phone number for that town hall will be on there, but we'll also be putting that out to the media, and then there'll be a call that'll actually go out to constituents Monday night, and to allow you to join in.
Very nice. All right, Drew. Well, good talking with you, and we'll talk again next time.